Forever Loyal by Wayne Sheppard and Jason Sheppard. Loyalty has its own price to pay. From the tough London streets and troubled upbringings, Raymond Carter and Eddie Mason rule London. Forged from a lifetime of violence and pure loyalty, their bond is unbreakable. Just as they're about to leave this life behind them, a new foreign threat made of vast numbers are hungry for what is theirs and come aiming to take over no matter what the cost. When Ray and Eddie's family and children are at threat, their loyalty is truly tested, and so is their reputation. Chapter 7. A Violent Lesson. Back in the present day, Ray and Eddie drive off and pull up outside the address on the paper given by the two Erics. It is a warehouse in an industrial estate by the docks. Ray charges straight over and quickly batters the two men guarding the door, and Eddie follows. They both enter inside. After briefly scanning the immediate surroundings, Eddie turns to Ray and says, "Ray, if you find Michael first, get him to safety." "What about you?" asks Ray. "He's the priority, plus I'm pretty much unfucking killable at this point, which these bastards are about to learn," Eddie declares intently. Ray nods his head and they split up and go in opposite directions. They both search different parts of the building, kicking in doors to various rooms. Eddie then barges in the door where the main leaders are. There are multiple gangsters in the room and a couple with firearms standing either side of him as he enters the room. The main boss looks up at Eddie and says, "Eddie Mason, it's nice to finally meet you in person." "Fuck you, where's my boy?" Eddie responds angrily and abruptly. "Patience. Boy is safe. For now. We want to discuss a few things like the end of your reign. We're going to rule London now," the gangster boss states. "Rule it? I was fucking done. And if there'd been a war, then your blood would have spilled from the Hammersmith flyover to Millennium fucking Dome, and that would have been you having it easy. But you fucked up badly, as you're about to realise," Eddie informs them. Eddie walks forward and now goes to show them why he is the Lord of London, the true London Lord. He slams the door behind him and 3 gunshots are heard. Bang! 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 Meanwhile, on the other side of the building, Ray kicks in the door when Michael is being held. Michael is gagged and tied to a chair and is being guarded by 2 henchmen armed with weapons. Ray goes straight over to Michael and pulls down the gag. "Uncle Ray!" Michael shouts in relief. "You okay, Mike?" asks Ray. Michael nods his head hesitantly, and as he does this, a henchman approaches while saying, "You stupid fuck, you come here alone?" The henchman gestures the other henchman to deal with Ray, but he gets rid of both of them in quick succession. He then unties Michael as more henchmen enter the room from a back door after hearing the commotion. Ray then points for Michael to leave. "Go outside and wait for your dad," Ray tells Michael. "What about them, Uncle Ray?" asks Michael fearfully. "Don't worry about it, boy. It's all taken care of," Ray says calmly in reassurance. Michael leaves the room and heads down the corridor to look for his dad. The door slowly closes behind him as the henchmen close in on Ray. Michael's in the hallway for a few moments, searching in different rooms for his dad. He hears complete silence, so goes back to the hallway cautiously. Just then Ray returns from the room unscathed. Ray then looks over the head of Michael and is in slight shock, and his face shows this. Michael looks at Ray and then turns to see what Ray is staring at. They both see Eddie, who is covered completely from head to toe, dripping in blood. He taught them a lesson no one will forget. They both look on cautiously. Eddie slightly light-heartedly and also psychotically states with widened eyes and a slight smile, "Don't worry, none of it's mine." As he still stares wildly, they then hear sirens in the background. Ray turns straight to Eddie and says, "You and Michael get out of here." "You what? What about you?" asks Eddie. "Eddie, you know they're going to want something for this, and they won't stop looking. You got a wife and a child, and you do it for me. That's loyalty. Now go and live," Ray proclaims. Eddie and Michael hug Ray and quickly exit the building as Ray hands them the car keys. Shortly after, police burst in and arrest Ray. "Police on the floor now, hands up, don't move!" an SO19 officer shouts. Ray goes to his knees and puts his hands behind his head and has to accept his decision. There is no going back now.